are getting the chicken brooder ready for the new arrivals. Picked up 24 white leghorns this morning. They're laying chicken. I am partial to white leghorn simply because they are a great bird. They're real hardy. Wintertime, heat of the summer, they're easy to keep. They are a little flighty, but if you keep them, confined, they're usually not a big problem. But they are, really good layers. I personally like the big white eggs, and me and Jace are getting in here. We're going to hook up the heat lamp, wire tie everything to this rod that'll keep it suspended over the brooder, and we'll kind of get an idea of if it needs to be adjusted up and down. We'll watch the birds and let them tell us, if it's too hot or too cold. I'm going to try to keep it on one side of the brooder so they can get in the heat if they want it, or they can get away from it if they don't. And I got my pine shavings over here on this side, the fine pine shavings that we're going to fill up the bottom of it with. I still got to run to town to get a plug to plug this tank off. I used to use this 300-gallon tank to keep bait in when we went fishing and things of that nature, and we don't fish tournaments anymore, so I figured it'd make a good chicken brooder. So I got my buddy here, Jace, aka Farmer in Training. He is going to help me get this heat lamp set up, and we're going to go through and make sure they got everything. We got our feeders, we got our waters, we got everything we got to clean up, make sure it's spotless, put the pine shavings in, and then we'll put the birds in here when we get done with everything. Just stick around. Alright, we're going to pin it to it real tight. So run it through there.
Right through here?
Right through there and around the cord. Alright, now put it together. Turn around. You got it on. Just flip it. There you go. Now put it together.
Oh.
Get away from you. Pull it tight. Pull it really tight. Alright, that's good. Hang on, let me see if we can get this one over here.
I'm glad I got you them, Papa.
You got me in for Christmas, didn't you?
Yep. I wrapped them up in a present. Are they good?
Yeah, cut it up.
Oh.
There it went. Alright, get that one.
Meat on that side. Oh.
Cut it close, cut it close, cut it close. Alright. Alright. So now, let me see.
Ooh.
Other way. So now what we gotta do is spread some of these pine shavings on. So what I'm gonna do is get out. Jace, you stay in there.
Why?
Yeah, you stay in there. I'm gonna let you kind of shuffle them around a little bit.
Get on this side.
We need enough to keep the bottom pretty much covered for them. So it's easier to clean, but we don't need so much to, they can't walk around or kind of bogs them down. Hold on.
I just get a little bit.
Spread them around. Nice even layer.
You need a little bit more to go on that side?
Well, break some of that down there. Alright guys, like you can see we got the heat lamp on, letting that get good and warmed up. Got the feeders cleaned out. Well, I'm going to start off with this type feeder. There's 24 birds going to go in here, and I've used this before in my smaller brooder and it works fine. It's easier to fill up, but as they get a little bigger, I got another feeder that I can put a lot more feed in. I will check these every morning anyway. Before I come to work, I have to turn my lights on in the greenhouse, but they'll get fed in the mornings and before I leave, and then they'll get fed in the evenings when I get home. We're going to fill this up. Bring me that bag of feed, Jeff. We're going to fill this up. I got a small bag to start with, just because that's all they had on hand at the time. And I will wind up going to the farm supply and picking up a bigger bag because they're going to go through some feed in no time. Now these birds will be in this brooder for at least 6 weeks. Depends on the weather. But right now we have been blessed with another cool snap. It is right at 60 degrees in this barn. It's probably 50 degrees outside, but we've got some 70-degree weather coming, and these birds are going to need to be in, the upper 90s for the first week or so, and then we'll gradually drop the temperature a few degrees every day and get them acclimated to what the temperature is outside. So I'm looking at the 6-week mark. They should be ready to come out of this brooder and go out outside. Now I'm not going to put these chickens in with my other flock for right now, simply because my adult birds, they will pick on these smaller ones. I mean, I don't know what it is about chickens, but they don't like to tolerate, smaller chickens, smaller than they are. That has been my experience with my birds anyway. But we've got several different projects going on right now. My new raised beds. We have talked about building a chicken run to sit on top of these raised beds, so we can put young chickens in that raised bed run to get them kind of started.
Is that enough for anybody? Spread that stuff around where they eat like that. Let it pick on the ground.
Yeah, that'll be it. Now, Jason got water in his hand. We're going to take it out there and we're going to brush it out real good, fill it up full of water, get it in here, and then all we like to do is go up to the house and get the birds and bring them back down. Right now I got them in my kitchen up there, in the heat, so it keeps them warm. Like I said, the biggest things that will kill young chicks when you're first starting out is the temperature. If you don't keep them warm, they won't last no time. These birds are 2 days old, and I've only lost one due to temperature that I know of, and that had a lamp failure then. And if I hadn't come in at the time I did in the morning, I probably would have lost the whole flock. But right now we're going to get this water put in here, go ahead and get everything set up, and we're going to go grab the chickens from the house and bring them in here and put them in, let them get acclimated. I need to set my thermometer in here to kind of get an idea of what the temperature is. So, general rule of thumb, if you come in and the birds are gathered up under that light, then they're cold. And I mean, it's just common sense. But if they're spread out, moving around inside of the brooder, then they're comfortable. But if they gather up under that light and they stay there and they won't come out, then you need to get another light source in here because they're not warm enough. Let the birds tell you what they need, and if you can get them through the first week as far as the temperature, I think you'll be okay. They're ready to get. All right, guys, we'll get ready to put these birds in this brooder. Jason's going to take one at a time. He's going to take them out of that box. We're going to dip their beak in this water, and then he's going to set them down and let them go. I got my thermometer up under the heat lamp, and right now we're probably in good shape. We're headed towards 80 degrees now, and it's still climbing, so I'm thinking we're going to be okay. Worst case scenario, I have to drop the lamp down just a little bit. It's not a big deal. If I have to, I'll go get another one to hang off that rod. All right, Jace, go ahead and get one out. Do them one at a time. Like I said, remember to dip their beak. Unfold that.
They're getting
There you
crazy
go.
now.
You don't have to let them all out at once, just one at a time. All right, take his head, now dip his beak. Just dip it. Okay, good. Set him down. All right, let's see, watch it. He went right over there and started drinking after he did that. Just dip it. Don't drown it. Just dip it. There you go. It's funny, that's all it takes for them to learn where water is. You've been in a box. They're thirsty.
Oh. Come on, little chicken. Come on.
Just one at a time.
Oh, he don't want to go. Oh.
That one's probably going to be a rooster. I'm hoping I do get at least one rooster out of this. I bought them as a straight run. I look, they're all going to be roosters, but with the birds I've got, I do need a rooster on the farm for leghorns. That way I can raise my own from here on out. I don't have a leghorn rooster. I've got all hens. So hopefully one of these guys will be a rooster and we'll be in good shape. Here goes box number 2.
Get out of there.
Careful.
him down for a minute. He found it.
Okay.
They're sleeping. That's what they're ready to do. What are you doing, Chip?
All right, guys, have you noticed? They done started, they moved up under the lamp and they're cleaning themselves, they're pruning themselves, so that shows me that they're comfortable with what they got. And the gauge or the thermometer is already over 80 degrees, so I know we're gonna be in good shape.
They starting to jump, Papa.
Yeah, they're already feeding and they're already over here on the water, so I think they're gonna be okay.
Look here, Papa.
Mm-hmm.
They're going. They're letting me pet him, Papa. What are the black things on their back?
And that's just one's got the badge of shame.
Oops.
All right, guys. We're about done here for today. We're gonna keep an eye on, you know, throughout the day, make sure they get enough heat. And if not, we'll make some adjustments. If you guys haven't already, reach over here in this right-hand corner, click that subscribe button, and click the bell notification so you get notified every time I put out a video. We got a lot of stuff coming up. We got some onions from Dixondale Farms. We're gonna plant those here in the next few days. We got some more potatoes in there that Jace found in the refrigerator, and they had already sprouted, so we cut those. They're superized, they're ready to go in the ground. We got some broccoli, we got some cabbage in there that's ready to go. So we got a lot of stuff that's fixing to go out in the big garden. And as always, guys, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you on the next one.